what are we doing tonight in Communist Fridays? See, I don't know.
The same thing we do every Friday night.
Celebrate
we just
communism.
stomp out the commies. That's right. This is
communism.
Our reviews will kill you.
That communal feeling.
The Party Time Podcast.
That HOA for life.
Stomps out communism everywhere it goes. That's right, folks. I am the man you know as Z, and I am the ever-fighting freedom fighter of democracy. But I am joined by the commie-loving Noob.
My name is Call Me Calm now.
Com.
Com.
That's right.
Apparently I'm commie.
Or, communist adjacent might be the right word. Practically a democratic socialist.
That
Are they
I
okay?
support,
Are they bad?
Who is I'm burning for Bernie. No.
Your beehole is burning for
burning
Bernie?
For Bernie.
You're bending the knee for Bernie. Anyway, we have an amazing episode for you today as we all try to forget what's going on in the world while we bring you news from the world.
What's going on in the world?
Oh, nothing. What would you care?
Oh, there's the Jews and the missiles and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's a thing.
Did they die?
Who knows?
I don't know.
We don't care here because it's almost 420.
It is. We're gonna toke up. Oh, we could have brought the gummies. Those sus gummies.
Not gonna be eating those anytime soon.
Oh, you're not gonna eat them. You complain about gummies, and then I provide you with said gummies.
You mean melty
dog.
homemade gummies? Hey Ron, do you think homemade melted gummies sounds like a good idea for anyone to try?
No, Ron's all about it. What do you
I don't
mean?
know, Ron. You tell. Ron's the expert. He's the tree expert.
If there was handcrafted,
We would love to know.
with care.
Not sure about
And
that.
a lot of ball sweat.
Are they members? If they're members, I won't insult them any further. But if they're not members, they
Nasty
will
Manny,
get
what
insulted.
do you mean? He graduated.
He's not the one who made them.
That man's too poor to afford a goddamn
Gummy maker
or a computer.
A computer to look up what? How to make a gummy?
No, how to join us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's in a debt collection program.
Right.
He literally is. He told me.
It sounds like a good idea that you should be eating things that someone in a debt collector is coming for.
Yep.
He could be just trying to shorten his life.
Closed all of his Western Forces accounts.
Oh my gosh. Well, we do have an excellent episode for you tonight.
Yes.
Why don't you tell everybody what we're doing?
What are we doing?
And some of them are going to be out of order because I didn't realize they were the same story.
Jesus, what are we doing? You need bank statements to visit Brazil. Why, to get raped?
But it's not even 2 minutes into the episode.
I mean, it's Brazil. I don't understand.
I thought you just got waxed there.
Scarjo. Jesus Christmas.
That's one of the ones we have to combine.
Scarjo is joining Transformers because there's a new one. Then it's something.
It's the one.
U.S. Olympic runner afraid of exposing her pussy.
Her busse?
Her pussy. Her baguette.
Her un baguette?
Yes. Then Keanu is getting dark. Whether he's going blackface or whether he's doing something else, we'll tell you.
Oh, we'll get there.
Then Games Workshop goes woke. What?
That's the woke hammer story.
Oh, that makes sense.
Do you know what Games Workshop is?
Nope.
No? Okay.
Then Hemsworth releases new Transformers trailer.
That's a consolidated. I didn't realize that Hemsworth and Scarjo were part of the same thing. I didn't know that.
Okay. Sydney Sweeney is not hot and can't. Oh, I heard about that. She's
wow,
definitely
you
hot.
heard about something?
She's definitely hot.
Nah.
I don't know that she can act, but she's hot.
You saw her in more things than I've ever seen her in.
Anyone but you, basically. She can play the girl next door, and she can play hot girl.
Next
I don't know
door.
if she can play other things.
Isn't that like a conundrum there? Isn't the girl next door not hot usually?
No, she's like sneaky hot.
Oh,
That's
she's
the
like one of
thing.
those girls that has like her hair like tied up with glasses on, and then you take the glasses off.
No,
and
you
put her
keep
hair
the glasses.
down.
Glasses make everyone hotter. Except you with your cholo glasses. They make you Mexican.
I am Cholo.
They make you Mexican.
Hear me roar.
Yes. Then, that's it. Oh, then we're going outrageous with Goofy is sued for negligence.
No, you skip. Oh, did I forget? Well, I think there's a Tarantino story in there too.
Jesus, you're all over the place with this.
I am trying to consolidate like 2 or 3 things. I don't know.
Okay, maybe Tarantino is a thing.
Remember we did a short on it.
We did, because of the story I told you. And so then we're getting outrageous with Goofy is sued for negligence.
You're very goofy.
I don't know what that means.
Super negligence.
Piggybacking on Disney, it's issuing bans for people that lie about disabilities.
Sounds like someone I know.
Well, I don't lie about being retarded, so...
You don't lie about that?
Front of the line, bitch.
You don't lie about that. Nope, no.
With the express
I'm on the spectrum, at least.
So...
Is that still considered, does that count?
Being on the spectrum?
Well, you're on the lower part of the spectrum.
Yeah. Any part of the spectrum.
Down on the spectrum.
I'm downsy on the spectrum.
Uh-huh.
I'm downs on the spectrum.
What else are we talking about?
We're getting in or out on a downsy thing that I watched. It's Sasquatch Sunset.
That's in or out, yes.
Bunch of downsy chimps just fucking.
Okay.
Literally, the trailer starts with them fucking. I don't understand what I watched. Mm-hmm. And Jesse Eisenberg's in it. I hope he plays the Sasquatch kind of like Lex Luthor.
He does not. He plays it banging.
I'd be into that. Then we're doing reviews of The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. Totally forgot I watched that.
Yep, that's why we're reviewing it.
Civil War. I wish I forgot I watched that.
You saved me some ticket money.
And then you weren't gonna see Civil War.
I watched more of Alex Garland stuff than you have.
You have.
I attempted to watch Devs, which was terrible.
That's a show, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I also saw Annihilation, which you never saw.
No, I did. I watched that on the plane over to Japan years ago.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
It was pretty bad.
I forget what happened.
That's because it was pretty bad.
Didn't Natalie Portman go to find her husband? The husband was always like a monster or something. Or no, like her husband, she was her husband. There was something weird about it.
Yeah, she was her husband. That's what happened.
Was it? Something similar. Mm-hmm. And then Fallout, which I have not fully finished.
Which we will spoil here for him.
The fuck you will.
Again, I told you bowling, tea, and crimpets.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
We're going to talk about how much Goggins can one handle.
All of the Goggins.
I'd handle as many Goggins as I could. I do like me some Goggins.
All right, so I guess that means we can move on. We're moving and shaking. We're moving on to house.
Oh, skippings.
So there is much debate here because you'll see there are several videos. Well, first of all, you did your Civil War one, which is funny. I thought you would be fighting against yourself here.
No, I'm fighing against.
You are both angry and disappointed in this Civil War movie.
Yes,
which I think most people. I think it's gonna have it debuted. It's A24's most expensive movie ever. I think it had a budget of
like 40 million or something.
I'm gonna say it was more than that. Maybe 64 million.
Oh my god!
And it made what 30? It beat.
It's gonna
Godzilla Kong. I think it's gonna have a real steep drop off because word of mouth was real bad.
No, I feel like it's divisive because some people are like, "This."
No, it's not divisive. It's divisive in the sense that it was billed as it was a one of those misleading trailers. You said it in your own review.
Oh, it was definitely a misleading trailer, but so I see people saying it's awesome.
I have not heard anyone say that.
Oh, really?
Maybe we'll see what the critics had to say, but I have not heard a single person say it was awesome. Most people agree with your take, which is it's a dumpster fire.
It was very dumpstery. And again, it was mainly dumpstery because they billed it the wrong way. So that's why.
A misleading trailer. I think there's a point to be made there.
Is it as dumpster fiery as Rebel Moon?
Oh, that's right. That's going to be coming up. I mean, I might do a hot off the presses Rebel Moon like maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Deep
dive review.
I'm deep. I am diving deep. There's no way that movie is as bad as the first one. I don't know if it's possible.
Wait, did they release
not the 3-hour cut?
Snyder never-ending cut.
The never-ending. I don't really want to watch it cut with 1 extra hour of a man trying to ride a griffin, but it gets way darker than you think.
So this asshole's releasing part 1, part 2, and then re-releasing them, hoping you watch it again.
Yeah, but with all the supposedly it's gonna be violent and sexual. I don't think it's gonna be any of those things, but
I don't want it to be sexual. That mean girl's not attractive.
I think it's gonna be sexual in a different way.
Oh, like a lot of grape.
Remember the one got raped? The one guy almost got raped in the Mos Eisley type cantina.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, well, I think that's gonna go a little bit further.
Wow.
Tentacles and all.
Oh, Jesus.
So we had a debate, and I guess these are out of order because
Yeah, that one's your response.
let's talk about the last Ronin video we did.
Yeah, that was the one we did, like, literally we released last Friday.
Yeah, so we talked about the possibility they're going to make a Last Ronin game, and then they're going to make a Last Ronin movie.
Which is great on both fronts.
Yeah, I think I'm into that. So we both agree with that. We gave a thumbs up. And so this all started because I told Noob Noob that The Last of Us, or Fallout is better than The Last of Us. And I don't think we really settled the disagreement. And you made your pitch, which was, pretty
Daddy
terrible.
Pedro.
Basically, you're like, The Mandalorian is good, and that's it. And I was like, because there's a lot of things they're both video game franchises. They're both post-apocalyptic. They both technically have zombies in them. So you gave your response, and then I gave the more reasonable response, which is Fallout is great and better than Last of Us, because Last of Us has no character arcs, where Fallout actually has character arcs. And is written by people who are competent at making things. So I don't even think I addressed this point in my video. What has Neil Druckmann ever directed aside from a video game?
Nothing.
And do you know what Jonathan Nolan and Lisa Joy were responsible for?
He's related to Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, but what did he do? He's done stuff on his own.
He's been related to Christopher Nolan.
He did. Did you watch Westworld?
No.
Westworld season 1 could be like one of the greatest like prestige television season 1s like in a long time. It's very good.
And then didn't season 2 suck?
Woo, it went off the deep end. They bought into the J.J. Abrams mystery box technique, and it fell off real hard. But that first season with Sir Anthony Hopkins is pretty damn amazing. And then it just gets not so good. I mean, they convinced Rachel, what's her name? The girl who used to date Marilyn Manson.
What?
Rachel
McAdams.
No. They convinced her to get naked, which she like never does. Because she has a kind of
Rachel
weird looking
McGowan?
body.
No.
She used to date Marilyn Manson, is all I can tell you.
Don't know.
And who's the other guy that's in it? There's a lot of famous people. Thandie Newton's in it. And obviously, it's one of, I actually think Anthony Hopkins, it's one of his top roles. And then they went into season 2 and 3, and it just went woke and got messed up, and they jacked the whole thing up. But that first season's pretty damn awesome. I highly recommend it for anybody. It's still kind of based off of the book from Michael Crichton, and anything Michael Crichton ever touched was genius. So my point is that those people actually made something of value where Neil Druckmann made garbage. I mean, Last of Us isn't like trash.
He might have made the best video game story ever told.
And how does that hold up to the show?
I mean, the show's not as good, but
yeah, exactly.
Still, it's pretty good. Just Daddy Pedro's there.
Except what? Okay, so you didn't watch my video, did you?
You have videos? How about that?
So what is Daddy Pedro's character arc?
He is Daddy Pedro.
And then what's Bella Thorne's character? Is that no? It's not Bella Thorne.
What do you mean? You slowly question whether she's man or woman, and you realize she's now lesbian,
or something else.
Maybe
that's her character arc.
Her character arc is lesbian.
Okay, so hard lesbian. You might as well just call it I lesbian. So watch those videos to hear our different perspectives, and if you want to hear more, you want to hear a great debate between a moron and someone actually knows what they're talking about, you can ask us and we'll do it.
We'll do it for money.
Yes, for money. We need
for just
that watch time.
We will do whatever argument you like.
We will argue with anyone you can possibly find. But I think that leads us. Does it move us on
to
the news? Oh my gosh, you are fake news.
Americans.
No, this is not Americans. Well, they will require Americans. This country will require Americans to show their bank statements to visit.
This doesn't make any sense.
I think it's because they want to know if you have money so they can steal it. Just kidding. That was a joke, people. That was a joke. Do I have to explain that this is a joke?
They do like to steal things.
We're like Jimmy Dore here. We tell jokes, people.
But also
comedians.
Those Brazilians, those thieving little fuckers.
They will steal your pubic hair.
If they think you're a tourist whitey, they're going to be like, yeah, we're taking advantage of you sexually and monetarily.
Which I am not 100% opposed to. I'm like 30% opposed
There's
to.
some hot Brazilians, so I'd be okay with being taken advantage of from them.
So travelers from the U.S., Canada, and Australia will need to obtain a visa before entering the country beginning April 10th, 2025. Isn't that the country that had like the Bolsonaro guy in there and then they got rid of him and there's like a big, I don't know, there's like weird political stuff going on there. But to complete the visa application, visitors must provide proof of income. That's crazy. If you don't have at least $2,000 in your bank account, you'll need a sponsor. It sounds real rough for you, noob.
I was going to say, who doesn't have $2,000 in their bank account?
I'm going to say like that eliminates 30% of America at least.
30? You think 30% doesn't have $2,000?
Yes, I would say 30% of. How do you not think that 30% of America? Really?
What's the population of black people? I'm saying because they're not part of the 30%. They're very well educated. Love it. They got college for free from Biden. Or no, Obama.
Do you remember that whole dumpster fire segment that we used to have where it was just, can I just focus the camera on you for a second?
We did.
The whole, you saying real dumb things.
Scott was good for something.
Yeah, he would just set you up and let you talk.
Yeah. That was funny.
Absolutely.
But seriously, 30%, you think?
Okay, so if I'm going to say somewhere between 15 and 20% of the United States population is underbanked. And do you understand?
Under what?
You've never heard of this term before?
Underbanged?
Underbanked.
Oh.
Like a bank. Like they don't have access to a bank where you would put said money.
Oh, they just don't.
They're not allowed to bank anymore.
You think 15 to 20% is
I know 15 to 20% of the United States is underbanked.
nah, we're not banking you, buddy.
Yeah, because they owe banks money and they can't bank in banks anymore because all the banks talk to each other.
What about credit unions, though?
You have a thing that can look up stuff at the tip of your fingers. You
phone?
can fact check me at any time.
Google a credit union?
No, you can Google what the underbanked is since you don't know what the poors are.
I don't, because I'm not one of them.
You break into here to get it into a podcast every single weekend.
That's called monetarily efficient.
That's called capitalism, baby. Or in your case, progressive communism.
It's called GM efficiency.
So anyway, apparently though, the U.S. has a similar requirement for Brazilian citizens. That's pretty rude.
Now that makes a lot of sense.
Oh, okay. Because Brazil's not nicer than the U.S.
It's not.
I thought you were one of those every other country except America first guys.
No, like Japan first, for sure.
Uh-huh. Let's list all the countries that you think are better.
Okay, definitely Japan.
Uh-huh.
I think Australia just for the kangaroos.
So the highest, so Japan, the place of the highest suicide rate in the entire world.
Yeah, because they can't handle how great their country is.
Okay, keep going. Keep digging that hole.
What
you said Australia,
Maldives,
the country of convicts that also has all of the most dangerous animals in the entire world there.
Kangaroos aren't dangerous.
They have, of the top 20 most deadly snakes, they have like 11 of them.
Oh, Jesus, I don't want to go there.
And they have great white sharks.
What?
Yeah.
Do they really?
Yeah, absolutely. They also have what are those little blue ring octopuses that are real tiny?
God. And in the normal ocean,
if it bites you, you are dead.
What? I don't want to. Why would anyone live there?
They also have those. What are those recluse spiders that if one bite and you die?
All right, we need to nuke Australia.
Okay, you didn't know that? All the animals there are deadly. They have Tasmanian devils.
No, those are cool.
They are not very nice.
Really?
Oh no.
Do they look like?
Not even. I don't know where Taz came from, but they do not look like that. Taz. Not even remotely.
Shit.
They look like little tiny pit bulls that want to bite your face off.
Oh my god. All right, I don't like Australia anymore.
Yes.
So what is other Asian country? Korea? Not the
Okay,
North
so
one.
Korea is like South Korea is less than like 50 miles away from being nuked.
Shit.
Keep them coming, baby. I got reasons why America is the
what
best.
about the Polynesian places like the Maldives?
I mean, we own most of the Polynesian countries, or at least they're, America adjacent, like America Samoa, which is an amazing country.
Hawaii. I like Hawaii.
Hawaii is a state of the United States. We are
continental
good
though.
friends.
It's not continental.
So you know what? That ocean is basically a land bridge.
It's not continental.
In fact, we should expand that land bridge.
Switzerland's pretty cool.
You mean where they hide all the Nazi gold?
That's why it's cool.
Oh, okay.
That's why it's cool.
You like clocks, huh?
I love clocks.
You love where people clean your clocks?
I do. I love wrist clocks and gold from Germany.
They also have a very strict, if you're a banker there, they have very strict rules on what underwear you can wear.
That doesn't make any sense. But
They will inspect it as well.
Oh my god.
Yes. So anyway, yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah. Japan is better than America is what I'm saying.
I 100% disagree with you.
The Insult Investor. Have you ever clicked on a video and you sit there and it doesn't...
Don't say the words below it because that will hurt us greatly. We do not want to hear that.
No, YouTube is the best is what you
Yes, that is
said.
what you said. Insult
said
Investor
YouTube is the
clearly
best.
said that. We agree. We
The
agree.
bestest.
We're already on their naughty list. We can't be any further down on their naughty list.
Yeah, we got one too many strikes.
And we don't like Tim Pool anymore because Tim Pool, not that we ever did, is at war with them. So we are disassociating ourselves with anything related to that.
We support YouTube against Tim Pool.
Yes, we are on YouTube side. And we are not a grifter. We do not grift here. But Chris Hemsworth, Scarlett Johansson, and some other people are real excited about the origin Transformer 1. I didn't know this was a thing. I had no idea, but they're very proud of it. Steve Buscemi's in it. Keegan-Michael Kay. It's all good stuff.
I mean, Chris Hemsworth,
Tim Pool also sucks.
pretty delicious.
Hey, I never disagreed with you. I never said he wasn't a grifter. In fact, I think I was just quoted as saying he's a grifter. Did you know that? No?
Tim Pool?
You don't even know who Tim Pool is.
He's the guy that we did some of the videos on. And he
Oh,
wears
the beanie guy. Yes, he's the beanie guy.
He's the beanie guy because he's bald.
Yes, he is beanie guy.
Yeah.
The black hole of suck. Wow. Oh.
Isn't he the one that got his wife cucked or something?
No, he had the guy on the show that had one of his like co-hosts was like the
Getting
Jack.
hardcore cucked.
Yeah, and putting pineapples up his like.
Oh,
tuchus.
didn't we? We did a video on that, right?
Yeah, we did a video on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like he had some weird feminist chick on there who was like whatever. He is like guests, and I don't know who cares.
We should be more famous than him.
Yes, we should. Anyway, Insult Investor refuses to watch anything new about Transformers after Michael Bay turned into a.
Whoa, Michael Bay did a good job with
He
Transformers.
did not do a good job of Transformers. That entire series should be banned. The only one that's good is Last Night because it's one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
I was gonna say
It's so bad, it's amazing.
no, it's not. It's just bad.
No, it's amazingly bad. It's one of those disgustingly, what am I watching? Horrific, terrible movies.
What do you mean? All the LaBeouf ones are great.
Nope. Make LaBeouf good again.
They're great.
So you support a rapist.
Is LaBeouf
You don't
a
think
rapist?
Last Night is the worst movie you've ever?
No, it's pretty
top,
bad.
but it's amazing because it's so bad.
No, I just remember watching. I'm like, is this over yet? Please.
Michael Bay is all about like terrible explosions.
No,
and
Michael Bay isn't he? No, Jerry Bruckheimer is Bad Boys. What else did Michael?
He
Bay
didn't
do?
direct it. He's the producer. Michael Bay did.
Did he do
What's
Bad
the
Boys?
astronaut movie where they send Aerosmith to space and blow them up on an asteroid? Along with the guy who's the guy who forgot himself?
Bruce Willis?
Yes, that guy.
And Ben Affleck?
Yep, Ben Affleck died. Does he
Armageddon's
die? Somebody dies in that.
Yeah, Ben Affleck does. No,
All of them die.
a lot.
And Aerosmith dies.
Yeah.
Aerosmith dies in
Are you saying
Armageddon.
Steven Tyler's in that movie?
100%. And he
Steven
dies.
Tyler's in it. Armageddon.
I don't want to fall asleep because I don't 'cause I miss you, babe, and I don't want to miss a thing.
Is that an Aerosmith song?
That's like the lead song from Armageddon, I think.
Really?
I'm pretty sure it is. I don't know. Who knows? We don't know anything. We're like the worst reviewers ever. Are you kidding me? We don't know what we're talking about.
No, absolutely not.
All we know about is that this new Transformers thing looks real boring.
But Chris Hemsworth looks real delicious.
Delicious is, I mean, what do you mean he looks, he's a voice. You like, oh my gosh, one of them's a young Megatron? What is this?
They're trying to make the trailer.
I don't know who they were.
There was a young Megatron and young Optimus.
So they're trying to make whatever. This looks.
It's a prequel.
Who cares? This is stupid. Waste of my time.
Yeah.
So that means I could skip to the next story, which is also about this because I didn't know that Chris Hemsworth and Scarjo. Is this the best they could do now? Is be
I don't know why
voice actors in an animated show? Like, what are you talking about?
It's a little weird.
The film's going to open September 20th, not September instead of September 13th.
It's a film?
I guess. I don't know. It gives it 2 weeks distance from Sony's Beetlejuice. Michael Bay turned Transformers into flashy, gay, overly complicated children, and the AllSpark never existed in canon. All they wanted back in the day was That's exactly where did the Energon cubes go? Why was Starscream not a real character? Why was Megatron like a loser? None of this made sense. I don't like any of it.
No.
And
the trilogy of Transformers was great.
No, it was absolutely terrible. Okay, who starred in the third one?
What do you mean, Shia LaBeouf?
And
Rosie Huntington-Whiteley.
Who's in the second one?
Megan Fox.
And how did Megan Fox get there?
Blowing.
On her knees.
Yeah.
On her knees. So this looks terrible. Not interested. Yes, I agree with Insult Investor. He is correct. I am correct. You know what's more correct? Having your hoo-ha hangout.
Oh my God.
Hoo-ha!
Is she hot?
Let's play. Do I have a little wheel? Is noob racist?
Shit, she's 12, isn't she?
In the Olympics?
Can't you be underage in the Olympics?
Noob is a Shia LaBeouf stan.
I love Shia LaBeouf. Except
is
the
a
fact I heard
rapist.
that he hurt a dog. I'm not a fan of that.
He hurt a dog. And he probably graped a dog, and he graped Twiggy, and
I don't give a shit that he graped Twiggy.
Twiggy is
leave the dog alone.
Well, anyway, the new Nike U.S. Olympic outfits need constant pube vigilance, say frustrated athletes. Track and field stars are calling out Nitros. What am I talking about? Ultra revealing athletic attire. The brand revealed its designs at the 2024 Paris Olympics. Wait, my hoo-ha is going to be hanging out, wrote Tara Davis Woodhull, the long jump athlete who participated in the 2020 Olympics. Queen Clay, the American hurdler who competed in the 2008 Olympics.
Is that a real picture?
I don't know, man.
That is, I can't even tell. Like, what is that?
I need to find the actual pictures. The Team USA girls are not loving their okay, here's where it is. I think it's because it's like a onesie that goes all the way up the crawdad.
Okay.
So what do you think about? Look at the dudes. I mean, it's very clingy. It's clinging on for the dudes, but for the women, it's like right up the gym jam. And it's like pulling it up the gym jam up to their like ribs. Aren't they?
It's tight.
It's hella tight. And all the athletes, they do claim that you can wear shorts under them, which I don't know how that makes sense.
They're making sure you're not a trans athlete.
That's their inspection
you're
process
gonna be shelling the twig and berries if you're running as a woman. Who's that Olympic swimmer? He's not getting away with that.
What are you saying? She shouldn't complain because the Olympics used to be the Olympics because you had to be naked. I can see the guys hoo-ha too. That's right. You can see dude hoo-ha and chick hoo-ha.
It's good just the same.
You're an equal opportunity hoo-ha.
Yeah.
I think I lost the article. It disappeared. That's all right. We can move on to some Sonic news. Sonic 3.
Best news I've heard all day.
I mean, I guess.
I don't know how this is gonna like.
He was in Toy Story, and people loved his acting in it. I think he's an okay voice actor.
Solely just because he's such a good dude.
He's
honestly not a good actor.
Are you? See, I would disagree with you on that because you're probably not familiar with his entire
Point Break.
Great.
I like Point. No, like I said, I like him in everything he does. I love him.
But he plays different characters.
I don't think he does.
Have you ever seen Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure?
That I don't like.
He's not Neo in that.
He's not.
He's Bill.
Name me something other than Bill and Ted that he's not been like the same.
Did you ever see the movie? Okay, how about Speed?
Yeah, Speed's good. I like Speed.
He's not Neo in that.
All right, I'd have to rewatch Speed, but
he plays a rookie cop and he's totally different. I would say his character in Speed and the character in Point Break aren't too dissimilar. What about do you think John Wick and Neo are the same?
But they're not dissimilar.
I mean, in the sense that he's a guy who goes on a rampage. Yeah. Like, what's like? I'm trying to think. What else was he in that? He's been in like some.
I don't think Keanu sucks. I love Keanu. I'm just saying, like, I don't know how to explain. Like, he's just good without being good. Like, he's good, but he's not good.
Okay, here's the difference. This is how I'll explain Keanu Reeves as a good actor, right? Let's take not John Malkovich. Who was the guy in that 2013 movie with John Cusack? John Cusack is a professional actor. John Cusack always plays John Cusack in every single movie you've ever seen him in. He just plays John Cusack. Can anyone dispute that?
No.
Okay. In movies that Keanu Reeves is in, Keanu Reeves plays a different character. I can distinguish between Keanu Reeves and John Wick and Neo and Bill and Ted and all those different characters. I can see that there is a difference between the characters.
In the movie where he's in Hot Anna de Armas.
Oh, yeah. That was it. Like, so, you know what I'm saying?
Knock.
Like, not like he's a different character.
That was his best role.
Movie.
Like, you literally got to see Anna de Armas naked for a good portion of your life. Like, there was a lot of like
with her friend.
Yeah, I don't.
And
care
who did that movie?
Eli
that was
Roth.
Yeah, who's a terrible director.
And that other girl is his wife, so that's weird. But
that is weird, and I disagree with it wholeheartedly.
But Anna de Armas naked though.
I'm just saying that Keanu Reeves is at least he's a different character in every movie. So I don't like without Lawrence Fishburne and Keanu Reeves, The Matrix is not a good movie. It's almost the same. You could say the same thing about like Michael J. Fox, right? They filmed Back to the Future with a different actor for almost like an entire 3/4 of the movie, and it's not the same movie without Michael J. Fox. Michael J. Fox added a levity to it when they had Eric. I forget the actor's name, but Eric something or other. They filmed like the whole movie with him, and they were just like, "Oh my god, this is too dark. It's too intense."
Yeah.
And I think that's the difference. Johnny Depp got blackballed from Hollywood. That's the problem. Johnny Depp is a good actor too. You could say that Johnny Depp and Keanu Reeves, which are their peers, they both are similar actors, but they can act. They can do different characters. So I just think it's going to be good. Yeah, no one wants to remember Amber Heard.
Nobody needs Amber Heard.
It's so dumb too because they screwed up that whole thing with who's the chick who like hates the transgengas? Who
Gina
wrote
Carano?
No, the one who wrote Harry Potter.
Oh, not Harry Potter.
Yeah, Harry Potter. Who wrote Harry Potter?
No, not literally Harry Potter.
Harry Potter did not write Harry Potter.
Rowling.
Yes, J.K. Rowling.
She's got more money than she knows what to do with. She's
more money than God.
Yeah, she's fine.
Speaking of Get Woke Go Broke.
Oh, the Woke Hammer. What is this?
Block. Woke Hammer. There is a giant battle going on with Games Workshop and Warhammer. And the British are coming.
Are they going to ruin Warhammer for when Henry Cavill does it? So help me God.
that's what people are debating, is because Amazon joined forces with Warhammer, and Games Workshop is a publicly traded stock, which is, it has BlackRock and I think Vanguard are both investors in that company. So they have to keep their ESG score up. What's wrong with JK? Oh, I mean, I don't care about Harry Potter whatsoever, but I don't really care about JK Rowling either. But why do you care about her until investor?
She's all right.
Who cares?
Yeah.
She's like a dumb okay, this sounds like bitter, but she's a dumb, angry feminist who was probably on the wrong side, who helped us get into the problem that we're in now, and now she's complaining about it.
She's a feminist?
Oh my God, is she a feminist? But she's such a hard feminist that she allowed the door to get open so that all the women are women people could get in the door. Yeah. You can be honest all you want, as long as you don't like.
I mean, she's okay. I don't really care that much either way.
I don't care. They
She's
can exist
there.
all they want. I'm a big fan of like Buck Angel and Blair White are great. Yeah, they're both. I respect both of them. If you ever listen to anything that Blair White and Buck Angel have to say, it's like one of the cool things. Like letting them have a podcast and talk to each other was actually, I've heard them talk together and they're amazing. I think both of those people, I will identify whatever they want to identify themselves as. I will respect. I don't care. But yeah, now J.K. Rowling's a goofball because she's like one of those battered women who turned into, yes, a TERF. And then, but she allowed the door to get open into this whole I blame her because she's all the fifth wave feminists are the ones who allowed this to happen. All this nonsense. So here you have Wokehammer. So for people who don't know, Games Workshop makes they make models for tabletop games. If you've ever been in a mall, which most people don't know what it is, or if you've ever heard of like a Games Workshop store, or you've ever seen a bunch of nerds crowded around a table where they had like little toy figures and they were playing like army guys, that's called Warhammer. Usually, they kind of have the whole. They have the monopoly on tabletop games. So there's a bunch of fantasy games. There's like a space game, which is Warhammer 40K. Then there's Ages of Sigmar, which is another game, which is like an old fantasy game. And then there's like Warhammer the Old Age or something like that. I forget what it's called.
I don't know anything about Warhammer.
It would basically, if you ever played or heard of a tabletop game, Games Workshop has the monopoly on it. You know, where a bunch of nerds get together on a Friday night and they play like Little War Men and they like paint their little models and it's mostly dudes and mostly nerds. Well, the woke agenda came for Games Workshop because we know they need their ESG score popped up. And there's a whole squadron there's like, you know what a Space Marine is, right? You've heard of a Space Marine.
Yeah. Dudes
in suits shooting up bugs and killing things. Well, apparently they weren't always men. Sometimes they were women. Yes, J.K. Rowling was a homeless lady eating from dumpsters, sucking D for a living, and then allegedly, I didn't say that happened, and then wrote a book and got lucky about some wizards. That's exactly what she is. And I think she's like the Jewel of the writing world because Jewel was living in her car sucking off hobos.
Oh my God.
Right. Allegedly.
Intuition, is that her song?
Jewel?
Yeah.
She's something about who will save your soul.
I thought her song's called Intuition. I could be wrong.
I couldn't name a single Jewel song other than the one I just sang.
Could be wrong.
So anyway, there's a big battle, and this sucks because I don't want to see a battle. Basically, the Warhammer fans are all male nerds, and they're like, you are not transgressing into our lore. They changed the lore to add women into it, even though there's a whole like division of Space Marine-ish type people. They're already women. There's like a Sisters of Battle or something. They're trying to add women to this other thing that like the lore's been around for like 40 years. The big problem, and the funniest part is they made a change to the Adeptus, the Custodes Adeptus. which is a very specific division of the Space Marines. We can do this later where I actually detail everything. But you know how there's God Emperor Trump?
Yes.
Imagine the Space Marines who protect God Emperor Trump.
Okay.
Do you think they're all dudes, right?
I would hope so.
So for like 30 or 40 years, they've been dudes. And Henry Cavill's favorite Space Marines are the Custodi. I think it's Adeptus Custodes or Custodes Adeptus. I know a lot of people can't pronounce it's Adeptus Custodes. They're like they're the Space Marines that wear gold armor, and they're a little bit taller than Space Marines, and they're like the elite of the elite. And they're like, there's always been women Custodes, and in the lore for like 40 years, they're like, no, all the royal families had to donate their firstborn males into the Adeptus Custodes. There's been a whole thing, and they're like, we know what's happening. We know you're lying to us. So when they challenged the company on Twitter, the company were like, there's always been women. What are you talking about? And they're like, no, you specifically mentioned it in this rule set of the games, in this rule set of the games, and in this book. They said it's always been men, and you're just doing this because apparently there's been a battle. They've always been trying to get women in as Space Marines because the Space Marines are the most popular model in Games Workshop. It's kind of like what they did with Magic. Remember when they did Magic the Gathering, the card game, and they started changing the pictures to make like, you know, characters different, and then they were saying orcs are black people and racist and all that stuff. Basically, they're worried that the same thing's gonna happen to Games Workshop, and this comes on the thing. So like a ton of Warhammer fans. And I feel like I'm getting too far down the rabbit hole, but let's just say that in order to become a fan of Warhammer, you have to buy about $1,000 worth of plastic things, put them together, paint them, and play it with somebody else. There's a very small group of people who are willing to do that, and they just insulted all their fans, and people are like, you guys are done. And that's not good. So, just saying.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to move on to somebody who's not pretty and can't act.
Sydney Sweeney.
Which Carol Baum went scorched earth on one of Hollywood's emerging stars. And I don't understand, like, why? Why would you do this? Like, even if she's not pretty and she can't act, why would you even come out and say this?
Jealousy.
Yes, because I will show you a picture of Carol Baum. She is an industry veteran whose credits include the films Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Father of the Bride, and she issued her opinion. She goes, this is what she said.
Oh, God, Infinity has another truck convoy tomorrow.
I can't wait. Get that truck
Jesus.
on. He's still waiting on you to invite him on to have a English conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, Infinity, I wanted to ask you, by the way, you do Helldiver streams. We should do a co-Helldiver stream.
Oh, because you play Helldiver.
Oh, yeah. I'm a Helldiver, too. I'm a diver, baby. For democracy. I'm ready to dive. If you want, I'll join your stream, or we can live stream maybe together. I'm ready to Helldive. I can totally read whatever crazy language you speak. And I saw there was Helldivers in there.
And you can cover one of the weeks that I'm gone. Do we ever get my two co-hosts for that, the 2 weeks?
Oh, I'm sure we have a Giga Chad ready, sitting in the waiting.
Giga, he's gonna blast me in the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
With his Neo glasses.
Okay, so this lady goes, there's an actress who everybody loves right now, Sydney Sweeney. I don't get Sydney Sweeney. She goes, explain this girl to me. She's not pretty. She can't act. Why is she so hot? And here's Carol Baum. I'm going to say there's 2 reasons why Sydney Sweeney's hot right now.
Tits?
Yeah, she got big old tiggums.
What's the other one?
That's 2. She has 2 of them.
Oh, okay.
2 big old tiggums.
What do you mean? She's like, what do you mean? Who cares about big boobs? She's got a nice body.
What?
Yeah, what do you mean? Like, if her boobs were like 2 sizes smaller, I'd still think she's attractive.
Why do people hate Caitlin Clark, the basketball player? I have no idea. Why do people like her? I don't even know anything about her. Why are people watching?
She's just like really good.
Really good in the sense of what? That she's a female basketball player?
Yeah. She's transcending the sport. I don't know. She was making the WNBA. I think had more viewers than the.
It did. It had more viewers. That one game had more viewers than the entire NBA weekend.
Yeah, that was insane.
Oh, I see what's going on there. It's like an like she's like the Steph Curry of female basketball.
Why? Because she's white?
I don't know.
Who gives a shit? All good female. Maybe, yeah. Okay. No, I don't follow women's basketball enough, but I guess all the top WNBA players are black, so maybe that's it. I don't know. Wait, she's trans? She does look a little manly, but
she's not even like hot or anything. I don't know.
She's not, but who cares? She's a good basketball player.
You're really gonna watch her games?
No, I don't give a shit
about female basketball.
I don't give a shit about any basketball.
The balls and hoops, baby. You love LeBron.
I'd rather watch the Cowboys lose in the playoffs.
You'd rather just watch Tony Romo fumble over and over and over again.
Let's not bring that up.
Oh my gosh. So anyway, this chick she's hating on
she's
Sydney
just
Sweeney.
Jealous with her
I don't understand. Who cares?
boobs.
Yeah, like there's finally like a chick with big tiggums that's out there that's doing well for herself. Why the hate?
Doc's here. Oh my god.
Hey, it's Doc. Good to see you, buddy. They want their. Oh my god. See, there's things we can read from you, Insult, and then there's things we can't. We can't read some of the stuff.
Dear Lord.
Good. Yeah,
Sydney Sweeney.
Sydney
She's
Sweeney.
got boobs. She's not bad.
And was her movie unwatchable?
No, like I said, she was solid. She's not fucking winning an Academy Award, but she did her job.
She's fine. She's
she's not
like
a terrible actress. I don't think so.
Well, and that's where her I think her people came out and was like, I don't understand how sad a woman in the position to share her expertise and experience chooses instead to attack another woman. If that's what she's learned in her decades in the industry and feels is appropriate to teach her students. So she's teaching classes and she's like, this chick ain't hot enough to be hot.
There's a lot less. There's like people that are more famous and less hot than Sydney Sweeney. So I don't know why like she's choosing her specifically.
Yeah, I know. She's fine.
Like
Sydney
Jennifer
Sweeney.
Lawrence. Like I would take Sydney Sweeney over Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
Do I think Jennifer Lawrence is a little bit of a better actor? Maybe. But is she significantly
She's better
less,
at body slamming dudes naked.
Significantly less hot? Yeah. I'd rather take Sydney Sweeney in a movie than Jennifer Lawrence.
Do you think Quentin Tarantino would like her feet?
I don't know what like why do people like Quentin Tarantino? I don't get it.
Okay, we went through this.
He's not that cool.
Pulp
he had
Fiction.
a couple of good movies. Okay.
I would name he has more good movies than bad movies.
Name 5.
Okay. Pulp Fiction.
Yep.
Reservoir Dogs.
Okay.
Kill Bill 1.
Oh, he did Kill Bill. Never mind.
Kill Bill 2. Inglourious
Kill Bill 3 wasn't that
Bastards.
good. No, Inglourious Bastards sucked.
Brad Pitt and
I like the part that there was Nazis, but that
has literally one of oh, you do, don't you?
I like the bear juice.
No, the best scene in the movie is what's that guy's name? That the guy who comes in for a glass of milk. That's one of the most tense scenes ever written, like from a dialogue
I
perspective.
forgot about Inglourious Bastards.
Inglourious Bastards, while is a flawed movie, has some extraordinarily iconic scenes.
It does.
The milk scene is worth the price of admission alone. Where the guy's hiding the Jews underneath the floorboards.
There were some good scenes, but
and he comes and he's like, I would like a glass of milk. And he goes, how about we speak English now? You speak English, yes? How about we speak English now so that we can both speak? So he's deliberately changed the language so that way that the people in the floorboards couldn't understand what he was saying. Genius. I mean, it's really, he does have a knack for dialogue. Does he like feet too much? Yes. And I had no interest in watching
Hateful Eight.
It's what? It's what's the movie?
Western?
No, the last one he did.
Wasn't that Hateful Eight?
No, something in Hollywood.
Oh, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That also sucked.
Well, there's a thing with him and Robert Rodriguez where it's like there was Once Upon a Time in Mexico where was Quentin in that one? I know Quentin's been in a ton of his movies. He's another director I don't get where like Robert Rodriguez sometimes is like an amazing director. And then other times I'm like, is this guy like, what are you even doing, bro? And Quentin's the same way where, look, it's not easy to be a director. So if you get more good movies than bad movies, it's worth it.
Nah, he's no Christopher Nolan. He's better than Christopher Nolan. He's not better than Christopher Nolan.
Oh, that's a tough question.
No,
because
it's not.
Has he had a bigger impact on cinema?
No.
Quentin Tarantino.
Dark Knight, bro.
Quentin Tarantino's won more Oscars than
That's because people are
Nolan.
dumb.
What about Jackie Brown? I hate that movie.
Quentin Tarantino with Jackie Brown?
Yeah. You can't even name all. I can
The
name
baseball
every
movie? No, that's Jackie Robinson.
Oh my God.
They're the same thing.
You are so stupid.
Wait, who's Jackie Brown?
You never saw that one?
No, who's Jackie Brown?
I think Chris Tucker's in that one.
I like Chris Tucker.
Yes.
All right, let's move on. I don't care about Quentin Tarantino.
Well, either way. What is next? Is it I don't know.
We're finally getting outrageous?
Is it outrage? Not a lot of outrage, just a little outrage.
Goofy.
Are you outraged about Goofy actor leaving someone permanently injured?
Oh
This
my
sounds like a
God.
scam to me.
What the fuck?
A Disneyland guest, this is not Disney World, Disneyland, claims she was prematurely permanently injured when an actor dressed as the beloved character Goofy fell on her during a trip to the park.
Permanently injured? How are you permanently injured from that?
There's no way. Katrina Griffin.
His goofy penis fell on my mouth.
She's grifting.
It
was
hurts.
at Disney California Adventure Park with her daughter April 3rd, 2022.
Oh my God.
When a traumatic experience occurred, setting a lawsuit. This just sounds like people trying to sue people. The character allegedly walked directly, causing her to topple on the hard cement. And then then Goofy fell directly onto her with all of his body weight. And then intentionally thrust his pelvis into her multiple times.
What?
No, he just fell on her.
Forcible goofing?
Forcibly
He's goofing around?
He goofed on her. He goofed the whole way. There's no way. They have like handlers. They don't let people touch people. Doc knows about
That's a little
this.
weird. Yeah, it's a little sus.
Disney park employees are assigned to work as handlers for the mascots, ensure all guests have a safe interaction. The handlers also serve as translators for the costume workers who can't speak, including Goofy. This sounds like fraud to me.
Sounds a little sus.
And they won't even identify themselves. Jane Doe 1 and Jane Doe 2. Permanent disability. I guarantee you they catch this woman throwing Christmas trees.
They're looking
in
for
a couple of weeks.
They're looking for a payout.
Remember they caught that woman who joined a Christmas tree throwing contest?
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Of course you did.
That was pretty funny.
I guarantee you that's what happened. They're claiming, I guess it was in Typhoon Lagoon. So do not go in Typhoon Lagoon.
Don't go to Disneyland. Go to Disney World like a respectable person.
Yes. Oh my gosh. There's another case about someone who had a painful wedgie. That's kind of funny. Here is another one from Disney. This is all about Disney outrage. If you, noob, lie to this Disney program, you will be banned from the parks for life.
How are they proving it? How you proving I'm not autistic?
That is true. How do you prove it?
What do you mean? I'm gonna go into teacups.
Hey, what are you?
I like teacups.
Well, you do like
Teacups go
teacups.
round. I like the spinnies. They'll be like, yeah, this man is clearly retarded.
All they have to do is watch this podcast to understand that.
Like, can you prove, sir, that you're retarded? Like, let me
I
show
have
you.
345 episodes. I submit to the jury 345 episodes of retardation.
It's like, I don't know how this man walks down the street without getting injured.
We are very confused.
Yeah.
The Disabilities Access Service last week, the resort announced changes to the Disability Access Resort, with a rapidly growing number of requests, and I think people are thinking that if they just ride in wheelchairs, they'll get through. I think I've heard of that.
Wait, the people what? Oh, just like lie to get wheelchair access?
I'm pretty sure I know people who've done that.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Dicks.
Yes, they also were not Americans.
Oh, that makes sense.
You know all about it.
They're rolling all over America. In a wheelchair.
Non-Americans rolling up for their access.
They should ban them for life.
Then that means you wouldn't get to go to a lot of places, would you?
I'm actually autistic. That makes sense.
Yeah, but you can't. Well, then you couldn't even finish Shogun.
I'll finish it.
No, you won't.
I'll finish it.
Oh, I have to catch up myself. I guess I'm responsible for reviewing Shogun.
Who was doing the shorts? Me or you?
You.
Oh, no, I took over.
Yeah, you took over and then stopped doing it.
Whoops.
What a trap. I am getting out of that conversation.
And then we're going in or out.
We're going in on Sasquatch.
Oh, God.
Squatching it up.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Hard pass.
I just want okay, if I told you that Jesse Eisenberg and Riley Keough were going to dress up as Sasquatches and
Good.
bang their way through the woods, would you watch it?
Nope.
Nope. Beta male Jesse Eisenberg and Christopher. Oh, he plays the beta male, so he gets to watch. Maybe he's a sneaker male where he gets to sneak it in, and actually he's the one who's the father to
Doesn't
the
matter.
babies.
Hard pass, dog.
Maybe you've heard that it stars Jesse Eisenberg and Riley Keough. Isn't she like Elvis's great granddaughter or something?
Yes.
Well, they're covered in hairy prostheses the entire time.
Oh my God.
It hits the theaters. It contains no human language, only grunts, yelps, and
Oh my goodness.
Or it features enough gross out bodily functions that some audience members at the Sundance Film Festival where it premiered went racing for the door. If you knew you were watching a Sasquatch movie, would you think that it would get real weird and you wouldn't want to watch it?
No, I don't want to watch it.
They claim it's funny. I don't know if I agree with that. Sasquatch ahead. Why is it rated R? If yes, for sexual content, full nudity, and bloody images.
That's dumb.
You do see masturbation and plenty of sex, plus some death and dismemberment. Oh my God.
Hard pass, dog.
There's no bad language. But for full nudity, not partial nudity, it's all mythical creature nudity. So Eisenberg doesn't have to actually, he's got a prosthetic Sasquatch wang. He said, he actually said that he really does think that a 13-year-old Jesse would have flipped for a movie like this. I'm pretty sure they would have liked Harry and the Hendersons, which was not R-rated, and not this. Sasquatch Birth Journal Part 2? What? It stars Nathan as a mama squatting in front of a tree to give birth? What? I don't want to watch the Sasquatch.
Confused.
Yeah, nope. Yeah, I'm out. Would you watch it for free though?
No,
never.
I'd watch it for a pay. Like I'd have someone pay me to watch it.
What about the Never Ending Story, which you still have never watched?
If Doc wants to give me $25 to watch this movie, I will.
Like we film you watch it.
Yes. Being annoyed the entire time.
Well, speaking of being annoyed, should we move on to reviews?
Oh, the reviews!
It's time to reviews. What are we reviewing? I forget.
Walking Dead. Let's get that out of the way. Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live.
I can't believe there's like 18 spinoffs.
There's a lot of spinoffs. The Ones Who Live. There we go.
The Ones Who Live.
It's probably got decent reviews.
Exactly. I think Doc has to dictate what you get to watch, period, already. He's like, I pay monthly. I don't need...
Yeah, but you need to pay weekly for
No, you need to just tell him what you want him to watch, and he will watch it.
Watching privileges.
I guess we're never going to get to watch... The Never Ending Story.
Why that? Why is that?
We've always talked about it, and you're just never going to accomplish it.
Why is that?
We should have a private watch party.
We can.
I don't think there's enough time.
There's always time.
I don't think so.
There's always time.
The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. This is the one we've been waiting for, where Rick and what's her face? Michonne get back together.
Yeah.
You know, the pair that have nothing to do with each other in the actual comic book, as in the comic book or graphic novel. The comic book, she's been dead since like the second series of the book. But you know, they just kept her alive for reasons. I like the actress, but there's like, what are you doing with this character? 88% on the fan side and 89% on the 88% on the critic score, 89% on the fan side. So a love story of two people kept apart by an unstoppable power trying to find each other. Don't they find each other by like the second episode?
No, it's one episode Rick, one episode Michonne, and then they kind of find each other, and then it's Rick and Michonne for like another 6. It's just
Rick and Morty.
It's all right. Like
Rick and Morty.
It's okay.
Is it everything you wanted?
I didn't mind it. I thought it was better than some of the other. Actually, I don't know. All the spinoffs are actually solid. They're just not great. There's really no reason for them to exist, but it's not like they shouldn't exist, if that makes sense.
No.
If you're a fan of Rick, you're gonna like it. It's
if you're
not
a fan of Michonne,
it's not.
Like it?
Michonne's kind of there. It's not overly long, so that's good. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It's got some good kills and stuff. It's just like it's Walking Dead. Like it's kind of tired at this point. So if you like the characters, then watch it. If you don't, you're just like zombie. No, it's not that good. Watch it for the characters, not the story. Story's kind of dumb. If I remember how it ends, I'm like, well, that's dumb. I don't know if are they supposed to make another one. This was supposed to be a movie series, and they nixed it and they turned it into the show.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if they're making another one. Like I don't know what they're doing. They just want to milk as much of The Walking Dead as
they're
can.
milking that juice.
They are.
Do you recommend it though?
If you like Rick, then I recommend it. If you don't care, then skip it.
So you got to be a Rick guy for this one.
I would say you're gonna get value if you're a Rick guy. If you like Ricky.
If you're into the Rick.
Ricky Dicky.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What about, I guess, so shall we move on? Which one shall we do? Civil War?
Yeah, Civil War. This piece of shit.
Yeah. Civil War. So this is that A24 movie.
That was misadvertised.
Yes, A24's most expensive movie. 81% on the critic side. Freshy fresh. 77% on the audience side. 500 plus verified reviews. I think a lot of people got sold a bill of goods they weren't ready for. From filmmaker Alex Garland, who was technically started as a writer, but comes a journey across a dystopian future America featuring a team of military-embedded journalists as they race against time to reach D.C. before rebel factions descend upon the White House. Why would that matter? Who cares? Like, what's the race upon time? Why is that a thing?
That's another thing that, like, it just doesn't... Like, I just don't understand. Like, so... It's the Western forces, which, again, that whole point of it makes no sense. So Civil War...
Yeah, he's a British writer, by the way, so he doesn't necessarily know or care about, like, American
so Civil
allegiances.
War, Western
it's
forces...
California and
Texas. Two
together.
things that would never happen.
No,
against the rest of the United States.
Although I hear Texas is getting a little bit... If California's blue, then Texas is getting there.
It's... Well, I guess the major cities are. So they're well. That's because California is invading Texas.
Yes, California is invading
and
Texas.
making it blue. We need to make it red again.
That Joe Rogan and his friends are all making it blue.
Fucking Joe Rogan. So yes. So it's a weird alliance that doesn't make any sense. And then against the rest of the United States, and there's no context of what.
You mean they're fighting against Rhode Island?
They're actually, I guess Rhode Island's part of the United States, part of Ron Swanson's country. And it's just weird. It starts off with the president.
New Hampshire. Where's New Hampshire stand on this?
I'm guessing with the rest of them. I don't.
How about South Carolina?
There's no context for anything. There's just no context.
Yes, I heard there's no context for anything.
It's just like, it's happening. The Western forces are advancing. Why are they advancing? Meh.
Because they need to.
President bad, I guess, is the general theme that you got.
President Swanson rad.
Yeah,
It's
like
rad, too rad.
It's just stupid. I love Nick Offerman. I think he's a great actor.
He was also in Devs.
And I was like, I'm gonna watch it because he was in the trailer, and I'm like, all right, he's gonna be in this. Civil War looks cool, film cool.
It's like they filmed one scene with him.
Opening scene, he's in. And I'm like, awesome, great. Fucker's not in it till like the last 10 seconds.
So it's like Godzilla and
Bryan Cranston.
Yeah, it's one of those.
So it's not a Civil War movie. It is a war journalism movie. So if you haven't watched it and you want to see a Civil War movie, do not see it. If you want to watch a war journalism movie, I think you'll like it because it's quite literally just war journalism. It's war journalism on a road trip. That's basically all it is. Not to, like, again, the actors are decent, the story's decent. It was just misadvertised, which made me annoyed because I wanted to see a Civil War movie. It was a war journalism movie, and it's just out of context. There's just nothing. There's no reason for it. They focus too hard on the journalism to where there's no context around the actual story.
You're like, they're reporting on something, but we don't know what it is.
Kind of. And why do they want to get like the president interview? That's they were like, the president's going to get murdered when the
we got to interview him before he gets murdered.
Yeah, that's a stupid idea. Why would you do that?
No, why would you do that?
And then it starts off, I'm pretty sure when they say it starts off like this happens within like I think 3 days or 4 days. When they start to leave on this journey, they're like, you're going to get murdered immediately because the forces are just going to kill everyone that's in Washington D.C. And then 2 days into the journey, they're like, Western forces plowed through America. President's going to die. Let's get to him before he gets murdered. Not that you're going to get murdered going in there. So it just changes. It's stupid.
An exciting movie that seems clueless about
stupid
as to what composes its plot. Civil War does promise some great commentary on our cultural zeitgeist, and yet it's not much more than a higher-minded version of White House Down or Olympus Has Fallen. That's pretty bad. Dunst, Offerman, and McKinley Henderson all put their back into it, and then there's some real firepower in the finale, but in keeping its tale's background at arm's length, Garland has inadvertently left its heart out there too. So there's like nothing to, fraught, frenzied, and fragmented. Alex Garland deliberately pushes all your fear buttons with his cautionary tale, but it falls short in so many ways. Like I said, it sounds like a bill of goods that people were not...
It's just meh.
It's what a meh. And it's an hour 49 minutes.
I would not watch it again.
I will not watch it at all because I have not heard a single good thing about it. So what?
Fallout, though.
Fallout. I don't think this is getting enough.
And that tummy.
Enough credit.
Yeah, that was the pilot scene too. What's with the pilots being teases?
Pilots tease you all the time. That's what pilots do. Yes, they do. What about her wearing her wedding dress and just pulling them, dropping them?
There's no belly there. I don't care about that.
She's dropping her panties.
No, I need the belly. She's wearing a bikini and doing that. That's
you
fine.
Gotta get the belly, huh?
I do.
You like belly dancers, don't you?
I do. It's hot.
It's kind of weird.
Not weird enough.
Right. So Fallout, an Amazon Prime show, and people were concerned, but I think you should put all your concerns to rest because this show was great. 94% by the critics, shocking. 89% by the audience score. Fallout is the story of haves and have-nots in a world in which there's almost nothing left to have. 200 years after the apocalypse, the gentle denizens of the luxury Fallout shelters are forced to return to irradiated hellscapes their ancestors left behind and are shocked to discover an incredibly complex, gleefully weird, and highly violent universe waiting for them. And I think that's awesome. That's what the games are about. In the games, you're a person who lived in a Fallout shelter, and you come out and you're like, wow, people lived up here, and then you're like, wow, it sucks up here.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okie dokie.
I do like the vault dynamics. Like those are like, it's kind of funny, like how the vault people live.
Yeah, because they prepared and they live in luxury and they have all these things. I wouldn't
say luxury, but yeah, they live a different life.
They live a life that still has the same morality as the life they left. And that's what I thought was good about the show, which is there's actually plot lines where there's 3 or 4 concurrent plot lines that go on through the show, and they all have different takes on what morality means. Like, what is a code? Like, what does it mean to have a moral code? And when everything's taken away from you, can you even have a moral code? So I think that's what is interesting and allows the characters to grow and move throughout the story. Apparently, the show languished for the past 5 years to be made, and then they brought on the Westworld creators, Jonathan Nolan, because they actually asked in an interview a question to the writers. They're like, "What did you guys learn from Jonathan Nolan?" And they're like, "We learned so much from Jonathan Nolan," and that means that their script sucked. And they brought in Jonathan Nolan, and he was like, "Let me punch this up," because they had experience with westerns. Because it very much has it's like a road. What are they? What's that like trope? It's like a road. It's a show, but it's like a road travel thing.
I know what you're talking about. I just can't.
It's not like a road show, but it's like a companion
Roadhouse.
It's a roadhouse. That's right.
It was a great movie too. Amazon Prime's on a roll.
They are kind of on a roll. They're putting out some good stuff.
The Boys is coming out in June.
And you know what they also did? They hid Rings of Power.
Still pissed it didn't meet the actual cast of The Boys. Fucking annoying.
I think you would have had a train. Hey, you know what? Maybe you'll be expecting twins when you
Jensen Ackles is awesome.
Maybe
that
you'll have
man's
twins.
hair is delicious.
Barely know who that man is.
He's Soldier Boy.
What else has he been in?
Supernatural.
Why would they all be together?
They're filming a Supernatural thing in Italy.
There's a Supernatural movie or something? I've never seen a single episode of Supernatural. How many seasons did you watch?
I watched none, actually.
Okay, so then you don't even know what you're talking about.
I know he's awesome. And he plays Batman.
He plays what?
Jensen Ackles is animated Batman.
Okay, so...
Just saying, he's cool.
In what?
In the latest... The Batman movies. He's Batman. Animated form.
Name one of the movies.
Like Justice League Part 1, Infinite Crisis Part 2.
Oh, the one I didn't watch yet.
Yeah, those. Yeah,
oh,
he's Batman.
I'm Batman.
He's a cool dude.
Let's talk a little bit about the actors in Fallout, though. Ella Purnell, who I don't know her from much. She's from that Yellow Jacket show. Here's the most important thing you need to know about her. She has the world's largest eyes. B, she's British. And C, they should have replaced Alita Battle Angel with her.
Yep.
Because she has anime girl eyes.
Alita Battle Angel. She basically is
She
her.
has... I've never seen a girl with bigger eyes, which is sometimes endearing and sometimes freaky deaky.
It's hard to tell in this movie or show.
I know.
It's
right?
like I'm watching, I'm like, she's kind of hot. And then I'm watching again, I'm like, she looks creepy. Like a praying mantis ready to eat me.
Yeah, she does have that weird praying mantis feature of like, I'm going to eat you alive.
So. And
then Walton Goggins, who is...
There's not enough Goggins.
He's spectacular. There's plenty of him later, but he's spectacular in this.
What do you mean later? I'm up to the last episode. Is he in the whole last episode?
I thought you were only made it through 4.
No, I have 1 episode left.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's great. It's great. He's great.
There's more
great.
Like in the beginning, I'm like, where's the Goggins?
There's plenty of Goggins.
Now there's more Goggins, but I feel like there could be even more.
It's definitely a split between the two of them are the stars of the show. And then who's the other guy? What's the other guy's name? Nobody cares.
The black guy.
He's okay.
Knight.
Yeah.
I like him. He's got some weird...
Aaron
he's
Moten.
Cool.
He's okay. I'm still kind of on the fence about him.
The fact that he declined sex with her is a little stupid, but...
Yeah.
He should have been like right in. Even if it's 1 pump, every pump counts.
He didn't. He's like, it's gross. It's a pimple that's going to explode.
And then he wanted to have the sex and she's like, no thanks.
She's like, yeah, I don't have time for that.
Dude. Stupid.
I don't have time for this.
Stupid.
Yeah, she's like, it's not the right time. I just love the naivety that she brings to the character. She's great. I just think she's great. She's gonna have a really good career for sure. I think she's a great actress. It is hilarious that she's British because her American accent is just banging.
Yeah, she's good accent, good. Yeah, I think she's solid for the role.
And Walt Goggins, the two of them even together is really good. This ass jerky ain't gonna make itself. That's one of my favorite scenes in the entire show. He makes her make ass jerky.
Was that in the beginning?
No, it's like episode 3 or 4.
Ass jerky, where's that?
It's the part where he meets the other ghoul.
Oh, okay.
And he goes, this ass. He's like, one good question deserves another. And this ass jerky ain't gonna make itself.
His accent is great.
It's weird because he doesn't have that accent in the other parts, but as he progresses, I guess as the character, he's like, I'm just going to become the character from that he played as an act. I don't know. It's very interesting.
Well, that's his that's just a version of his normal accent. Because if you watch Justified, he's great in Justified.
He has a southern accent where he's like,
he's got a very unique accent.
Make me that ass jerky.
Yeah, he's got a unique accent. He's great. I love him.
And I highly recommend the show. This is probably one of the better shows on Amazon. It's better than
Not The Boys.
Invincible season 2.
It's not better than The Boys.
Yeah, Boys season. It's definitely better. What's that generation? It's better than Gen V. It's very bloody. It's very violent. Not enough sex. A lot of weird old folks boobs in it.
Definitely not enough sex.
Definitely not enough sex. A lot of old folks boobs with big old weird.
Yeah, that seems
floppy.
uncomfortable.
I'm very
Ella
uncomfortable.
Purnell, if you want to unzip.
It's so funny. She's like starts to, and then she's like,
I was like,
zips
God
back
damn
up.
it. Yeah, I was like, son of a.
She's all. I just thought all of her mannerisms were like on point.
Yeah, she's good. I like her.
And the guy from Darth Marenghi's in it too. You probably didn't even know who that is. Darth Marenghi.
Nope.
I guess I'm the only person who knows what that is.
Nope.
Some people do. But I highly recommend it. I think it's one of the best shows on Amazon Prime. It's right up there with Reacher. And what's the other one? The list. What's that? The Terminal List.
Oh, Terminal List is good too. Yeah, Amazon actually has some solid shows.
Yeah, especially with that big dud of Rings of Power. This is pretty. And I will. You know what I'll say too? It looks better than almost all of the, like, a lot of the Netflix shows. I'm not gonna say all of them, but oh man, like the world and some of the shots and the cinematography.
It does look good, yeah.
I think there was only one bad CGI scene in the entire thing. The one where the dude's foot is like dangling. That was like pretty wonky CGI. Like it was pretty obvious that it was CGI. You know where his like foot is all broken?
Yeah, that
saw
was...
that.
First off, there's no way that dude's walking like that. There's just no fucking way.
That's where I was like, I think the guy was told, the actor was told something, and then afterwards it's like,
yeah.
Oh, really? This whole
it's like,
thing?
oh, you sprained your foot. And
and then he's like, no, your foot's been totally mangled because of CGI.
Yeah.
And I just think it just didn't look that good. But the world is immersive. There's so many Easter eggs. If you're a fan of Fallout the games, you're gonna love it because it's got so much of the world in it, but not so much that you can't understand what's going on. It's very good for entry level people. Like you've never, have you ever even played a Fallout game?
Very briefly.
So not at all.
Maybe 30 minutes.
I played about a year's worth of Fallout 76.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
It was a lot, and it's a lot of fun, and there's a ton of references, and I never played any of the other Fallout games. I didn't know anything about it, and this was just, it was great. I think it's a really, really good show. Highly recommend.
I do too.
Recommend. 2 thumbs up. We don't do what do we do? Do we do thumbs up?
2 dicks
10
up.
out of 10. No?
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Double dicks up.
We don't know. That's not what we do.
2 dicks for
no.
Harambe.
For Harambe.
Yeah.
So I guess we're gonna do the Scar Giver next. We're gonna do Rebel Moon. I'm gonna do Rebel Moon. There's no way it lasts more than 2 weeks, so we gotta get it out.
I'll be honest. I'm gonna try to get through Shogun before I get through Rebel Moon.
Nah,
if I have to choose one.
First of all, you're not allowed to. You don't have permission to watch.
It's gonna be Shogun.
You don't have permission to watch Shogun.
I don't even know when's the time. So Thursday's out. That's the NFL draft.
Dude, you are 3 episodes behind.
That's 3 hours.
You are 3 episodes behind. You don't have permission to watch it.
That's not that much.
You will get beaten within an inch of your life.
From the communists.
Yes.
The communists are coming.
They are coming.
They are.
1 if by sea and 2 if by air.
Exactly. And 4 if by dick.
I mean, if your boyfriend is a commie, then yeah. Sure.
Wow, you are still live. You had 2 phone calls?
They must have been very important. Hey, we are never live. We should always be live. Yeah. You should just be, you should just consult us whenever you want.
Like a never-ending story.
there are. We should just put Never Ending Story on like somewhere in the background, like real tiny, and we'll just watch it and talk through the entire thing, and then just watch it on loop for like 10 hours.
And just have it on stream.
I'm gonna do a lot. I'm gonna do an 8-hour stream one day.
No, you're not.
I have seen other channels do it. I might try.
Start a Kick channel. What is with you and these weird...
Kick is full of communists. I'm not going there. I already looked it up. Noob is a communist expert, and he said that he has inside information that all of his commie friends are hanging out there. I'm not going there.
They're coming.
They are coming.
They're coming.
So anyway, thank you for catching this. If you're on Rumble, we love you. If you're on YouTube, we love you. If you're on Kick, we love you. I don't know. Whatever, man. Whatever. Wherever communists aren't is where I am. If wherever communists are, Noob is.
Words.
And that's how it works here. We love all y'all. We miss Hey Girl. But we are on to the next one.